Hi, my name is Aditi Prakash. I'm from Chanakya National University, and presently I'm an intern at LexTech. In this video, we're going to talk about lease and the Transfer of Property Act. And a lease, as the definition says, of an immovable property can be defined as a transfer of right to enjoy property made of a certain time, express or implied, or which is made in perpetuity or in consideration of a price paid or promised to be paid to the transferor by the transferee who offers the transfer on such particular terms. The transferor is called a leaser, and the transferee is called a leasee. Section 105 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 gives the definition for lease. Now, what are the essential elements of lease of a property? The parties, in just as I said, the leaser and leasee. You can look up the case of Ronak Ram versus Kishori Singh. The Supreme Court in this case held that after the retirement of that particular partner, the lease continues to be exist, and there is no subletting by partner in the favor of the firm. The firm continues to be the leasee. It says that a leasee can be a juristic person, for example, a company, and a registered firm. It does not necessarily need to be a person. And if the lease deed is executed by one partner of the firm, then on behalf of the firm, the leasee is the firm and not the partner. The demise. Now, the right to enjoy the immovable property is known as the demise. The lease is a transfer of the right to enjoy a property, and not the transfer of the right to own the property. That's the difference. And this estate is limited to the easement of enjoying the possession of this property. In this case, you can read up the case of Girdhari Singh versus Meghlal Pandey, in which it was held that the essential characteristic of a lease is that the property is occupied and the corpus of which does not, by the reason of the user, disappear. The duration of the lease is extremely important when it comes to the lease, and it's an extremely essential ingredient. The period for which the right to use that property is being set on, for the property that is being transferred, is called the period, and the duration of lease. And the term may be a period of time longer or shorter, or even for perpetuity. For example, no specific time, and it has to be mentioned that needs to be mentioned in the lease deed, that this property is being transferred for a duration that it continues still in perpetuity. For that, you can read up the case of Chapsi Bhai versus Purushottam. In this, the Supreme Court held that a lease is permanent lease because the right of leasee or tenant are heritable. Such leases are not intended to be only for the lifetime of the leasee. The lease deeds that have the duration up to for a long time, an indefinite amount of time, it is established in this case especially that the permanent lease is actually inheritable. And for example, if A has got the right to enjoy and has made a lease deed for a property with B, then B's children and their grandchildren, when it's a permanent deed, they can also, by the property of inheritance, can continue the lease after the demise of B. Fourth is the premium or rent. That is the consideration that is given in exchange for the right of the enjoyment of the property that is being transferred, and this is something that is supposed to be present in the lease deed, and it should be clearly mentioned in the lease deed, and it is called premium or rent. Now, determination of a lease of property is given in section 111 of Transfer of Property Act, where it says Transfer of Property Act 1882 defines the determination of lien. Determination of lease means the termination or the end of the lease. It means that the legal relationship between the leaser and the leasee has come to an end. It means, for example, by it can be done under cases where there's a lapse of time. For example, there's certain amount of time has lapsed, and that a lease has still not been renewed. In that case, the previous lease expires by happening of a specified event, where a property was leased with a condition along with the lease, and if that condition is not followed, then in that case the lease comes to an end. Termination of leaser's interest, when the leaser is not interested, loses his own interest, and where his property is limited in the immovable property that has to be transferred, the lease comes to an end upon the interest of the leaser. By merger, it means meeting of one interest with another. During the tenancy period, a tenant has only a limited interest, namely right to enjoy the property. Section 111D incorporates the principle of the maximum. Nobody can be both a landlord and tenant of the same property. If the two interests are equal and coexist simultaneously, there is no merger. There are other conditions, for example, by forfeiture, breach of express condition by lessee, denial of landlord's title, insolvency of the lessee. Under these conditions also, lease deed comes to termination. And for further information, you can read section 111 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882. Thank you.